Hello everyone, this is Christopher Bennett, owner of CBennett LLC. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how I use my rental income with Excel and how it helps me. Now, there are many ways to do different things, and my advice is to just do what works for you. Also, I will be uploading another video showing this document, which is how I use Excel to flip properties. Even if you don't flip properties, it shows you the advantages of using Excel over other programs. But I'm going to flip back here to my rental income Excel file, and we're going to go over exactly how I use Excel. There are many programs out there that you can use. By all means, do whatever works for you. That's the best thing to do. Let's see here. On 17 Allen, as you can see, which is the property right here in the orange, I type in my income for that month. So you can see January here. You see that it's the year 2015, and you see the property at 17 Allen Street. And as I go down, you can see apartment 1, apartment 2, and the income for those particular units. As I hover over, you can see the notes that I give myself to show exactly where the money came from. So you can see if I receive cash or personal check or other check, if it's from some sort of county program for rental income or whatever the case may be. And it's like that for each one. I also have a Square device. So if for those of you who don't know, Square is one of those mobile devices where you can swipe someone's card. So if they were to pay me, if my tenant were to pay me by card, I at least be able to monitor exactly when that happened. So I see like Visa or EFT, electronic funds transfer. I have other check for if it's something from the county or some other sort of check, a personal check, cash, and then I can then monitor it from there. So what Excel does for me is, let's say January for 17 Allen, I receive that amount here, and then for the apartment 2, I receive this amount here, and it will add it together for me. It'll do the same thing for 16 Delaware, apartment 1, apartment 2. It does it for the storage unit. You can see I put notes here that is paid annually in one time, the garage, and then it shows the total for that month. The same thing for 11 Grandview Avenue. It will show $925 for the payment that month, and it adds them all up for me. So it shows me the totals individually for each property, and it shows me the total for all of them together for that month. Now, let's go from 17 Allen up here, and then let's go down here to the other 17 Allen info. Not only does it add it up for me up here, as you can see, the 1660, but now it also would minus out the mortgage and the water bill, which are my monthly expenses, and then show me the cash flow. So for each unit, or for each property, I should say, for each month, I can see the cash flow, which is awesome. It makes it a lot easier for me to see which units and which properties are performing well and which one are not. I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and you can see it does the same thing for 16 Delaware. I got my mortgage, my property tax, my homeowner's insurance, the water bill, and this is a storage unit on that property. Now, what's important is how I can manipulate Excel to make it unique to me personally. So in this case, for 17 Allen, the mortgage includes taxes and insurance, as I noted here. But on 16 Delaware, the mortgage and taxes are not included in the mortgage. My apologies. The taxes and the insurance are not included in the mortgage payment. So I always transfer $516 into a separate account to pay for the taxes. As I scroll down here, and I'm going to skip Grandview Avenue for a second. As I scroll down here, whatever amount I put in to pay the taxes for 16 Delaware, it automatically will be transferred down here into this box here. Let's see here. Right here. And I'll be able to know exactly how much money I need to transfer into my property tax account at the bank. Now, these boxes are here, so I can click that when I do that transfer. So as my existing landlords out there know, when you are going through the month and you're receiving a check on the 1st, and then a check on the 12th, and then a check on the 8th, and then you're running around dealing with the craziness of everyone's life and not having time for anything, using Excel is awesome, because I could just simply click one of these buttons on a transfer. So if I did do a transfer, I can see it, and if I did not do a transfer, same thing. So let me scroll back up here to the top. Let's see here. I can make notes to see if it's vacant. So if I have a unit that's vacant that month, I could type that in here. Let's see, what else do I do? I also monitor how much money I transfer into my capital expense account, which I started recently. That's why there's nothing there, to pay for major expenses like roofs and or maybe any upgrades I plan on making. I can type in an amount here, and then it will automatically remind me to do that transfer. And then I can also add these little transfer buttons you see here. Let's see here. I also have a checks account, just one account at the bank I specifically write checks out of. I hate when I write someone a check and they take like 6 months to deposit it. So I have a separate account, and I can transfer the mortgage payments that I mail out. So right here for 16 Delaware Street, and right here for 11 Grandview Avenue, it would add those two numbers together, and it would show me to transfer that money into the checks account. And then I would click that when I actually make that transfer. When I scroll down here to the bottom, you can see this line says checks to mail out. So if I were to click here, that means I mailed the check to pay that manually paid mortgage. Also, I have my property tax checks. So as you can see, I pay my taxes in January, March, and also in September. So, or my apologies, July. So as you can see, I put the proper check marks in the proper areas. So let's see here. Let me see that again. So it's property tax. It's on this line. That's January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and September. So September is when I would pay those taxes as well. And as you can see, as I'm doing those transfers for the taxes every month, obviously, after doing so many transfers, I would have enough money in the tax account at the bank to then mail out those checks, and I can remind myself when those taxes are due. As you can see right here, that's the water bill. So if I scroll up here, I got my rental income being added up all together. I have my water bill that I pay I save up for every month, and I have a water bill account at the bank too. So as you can see, every month I'm transferring $98, and over here the water bill went up, so now I'm transferring $117 a month. Same thing with, let's see here, same thing with 17 Allen Street. So I'm doing those two transfers, and those numbers are being added together down here for the water bill account. And then I can click here when I do the transfer, and then as I scroll down, I can see that the water bill account would have to be paid every 3 months. So as I see here, I'm scrolling over to the left. Every 3 months, you can see if I mailed out a check or not to pay that water bill. Doing things like this may seem, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? It may seem annoying, but what I think is annoying is not having a process every month to do something like this. I just recently went to my accountant about 5 hours ago. I was able to bring my computer, I opened it up, and he says, how much rental income did you receive for this property? And I could just simply go over to the right, and I can see the totals. I can see all the totals for the year. I can see all the money I spent on the water bill. I can see all the money I collected for each unit. It's absolutely amazing. I could just whip that out and just show my accountant numbers, and it made the meeting a lot quicker actually too. So how I use Excel may differ from other people, but the process is the same. You really just have to do whatever works for you, and you really got to be focused on making sure that your properties are profitable. As you can see down here, I have a tab for 2014. I also have a tab for 2016. And this is what it looks like when it just starts out. It just happens to be January 9th, 2016. What I'm going to do is make a summary tab so I can see all of the rental income I've made or received. And since I can have cash flow for each and every month and each and every year, I'm also going to add a profit on that summary page. So 10 years down the line, I could still see exactly how much money I made off of rental income. This whole process here has been phenomenal for me, and I constantly change the formulas to adjust for exactly what I need. For example, in 2015, you could see here Grandview Avenue, I ended up refinancing that house. So in the beginning of the year, I had to pay my taxes on there throughout my account. As you can see, since I refinanced, now I put the taxes and the insurance in escrow. So after that, you see all zeros. So I can constantly change my formula to what I would need at that moment, and then I just adjust accordingly. So this Excel formula has worked out very well for me. I absolutely love it. I recommend that you use it as well. And also, just to throw it out there, I'm a big fan of Bigger Pockets. I have purchased a book on rehabbing houses and estimating costs for rehabbing houses, written by Jay Scott. I absolutely love this stuff, and that was a well written book. I recommend everyone buy that book because it is, even though I have been flipping houses, even though I have been having rental income, having a website like Bigger Pockets to just jump in and to find hard money lenders and to talk to other investors really has opened my eyes up to how much other stuff I did not know. So I'm definitely recommending that people be a part of Bigger Pockets wholeheartedly and check out those podcasts. If you don't mind, you can follow me, become my colleague, whatever the case may be. I don't mind answering any questions. Just reach out to me, and if you be so kind as to vote for this, so on Bigger Pockets, I'd really appreciate that. Have a good day, everyone, and be on the lookout for the other video I'm going to upload, which talks about using this Excel formula to flip properties.